Alright, here we go with a combo that doesn't actually work. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, it's pretty common that I come up with an idea and then I go to test it and it turns out that it doesn't work at all. It's pretty rare that I would then actually go ahead and finish recording the run. But in this case, after I'd found out that the combo didn't work, I was still enjoying playing the team. So I just carried on playing and tried to get a decent enough run to make a video out of it. So the combo that I wanted to use was Lamprey with Sawfish. Now these two pets don't really make a lot of sense together. Lamprey hurts the friend ahead like a leech when a friend faints, and Sawfish triggers after a certain number of friendly attacks. Now the Lamprey hitting one of its teammates does not count as an attack, so it doesn't actually increment the Sawfish's counter. So why was I trying to mix these two pets together? Well, the reason is quite simple. It's because I had misremembered the Lamprey's ability. So I thought that it was one of the pets that had an ability that said it would hit at the pet ahead instead of the friend ahead. Now, there are some pets like that, that don't necessarily always have to target enemies, but Lamprey isn't one of them. So as it turned out that this combo was not going to work, the idea was going to be that the Sawfish would reduce the stats on the enemies down to 1, or the health down to 1, and then the Lamprey at a higher level would be able to hit the frontmost enemy and therefore knock it out. Now I did try it, of course, but there's not really much usable footage from that game because it clearly didn't work at all. I didn't really make too many changes to the pack after that, I don't think. But I decided to just carry on playing and go for a Lamprey tuna game. Now I'm sure I've done one of these on the channel already, but adding in the Sawfish, I think, makes it a little bit more unique to the Danger Pack era. Looks like we're going to lose here. Capybara versus Capybara. So there's the Sawfish. I did also have quite a few games of this where I got right to the end, but the Sawfish didn't show up until it was way too late. And you can see it's quite fragile as a 3-3 initially, so in the customs environment it just gets blasted by dolphin all the time, or crocodile, drop bear. There's no shortage of things that want to attack the backline. So you can see there how I imagined it working. The opposing pet's getting reduced down to 1 HP. So if we'd had a Lamprey level 2 or level 3 and it was hitting 3 units ahead, we could have got some nice knockouts, but unfortunately that doesn't work. Maybe someone in the comments can come up with another suggestion on how you could actually use the Sawfish. Maybe we could have just played something simple like Firefly or Hedgehog in the third slot. I think that would have made a lot of sense. But Lamprey's not a very commonly used pet, and so having started recording for this, I really wanted to just go ahead and finish it and get a usable run. So as you can see, we face a dolphin, an incredibly common unit in customs, and so the Sawfish gets demolished. But the tuna has been hit so many times by the leech at this point that we've got a lot of stats invested in it. I can't remember what I'm holding the chipmunk for here. Probably, okay, it looks like I was going to take cashew there, but I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be pita bread that we're looking for. And then I just want the slug inside a beluga so that we get a decent number of attack triggers for the Sawfish, because we still need to reduce the stats on the enemy team, I think, to have a decent chance here. Now we immediately face an opposing slug team. I think we're going to be in trouble here, because the PDF's going to knock everything out, is it? Oh no. Luckily we get the trigger of the tuna before the PDF can do too much damage. I guess it's only level 1. I've had a lot of losses recently to PDF teams. They seem to be growing in popularity. So here we get the Lamprey. I'm not sure if I'm going to sell yet. I think maybe we're going to get mushroom instead of pita bread. and then bring the Lamprey in and mushroom it as well. And then the leech can go. Obviously, we could keep the leech to keep on adding more hurt triggers to the tuna, but I don't think it's really necessary given how many feints we're going to get from the slug plus beluga. Plus the tuna is also level 3 at this stage. So yeah, it's a massive amount of stats for turn 11. And then of course we get an extra plus 3 because of the mushroom. And then we actually win because we had a mushroom on the sawfish. So it worked out perfectly there. Level 2 sawfish. Probably buy sell another cow just to try and give the lamprey a better chance of survival. Of course it will come back with the mushroom, but I think it probably just makes more sense to give it as many chances as possible to survive since the mushroom can get removed. Greeding for the mammoth. Nothing new here. Now, this opposing team does have the dolphin, which is going to get a lot of triggers, so it's going to go up to a huge attack. We need the lamprey to get big enough to be able to knock it out, I think, here, after taking the damage from the porcupine, which it's not going to do, but luckily the sawfish got a bunch of health there as well, and in the end we do win. So maybe here on 8 wins, I'm actually going to give up on the mammoth. Okay, maybe not. We get the pill immediately. And then, okay, I'm just going to take the slug with no beluga. Kind of surprising. And we might switch to pita bread here on the tuna. I think it would make more sense to do that. Yeah, definitely. Scaling squad. So this is basically the ideal opponent. They don't really have any super high attack units. We're going to get a ton of value from the sawfish. Actually, probably one of the smaller behemoths that I've seen on turn 13 lately. But yeah, it's not even going to be close. Tuna is super powerful when you get enough hurt triggers on it stacked up. Now, the other thing you can do here is there's a pill, so I think I'm actually going to pill the slug in order to permanently activate the pita bread. Yep. And then we can just sell the smaller slug and then put just anything inside the beluga. Yeah, I guess the geometric tortoise will do. And then this is a pretty good team from Meris with the Shima Inaga plus German Shepherd. Don't see too many German Shepherds on the go, even though it is a very strong unit. The level 1 geometric tortoise actually gets a knockout there. And yeah, the stats stocked up in the tuna are just way too big. And there we go. Although the combo didn't work the way I wanted it to, it was still a pretty fun run.